Are you hanging up? I'm on the wrong bloody channel. You're a fucking idiot, Goldbridge. You've done it again. You've done it again. You're still on the United stand, which means you can't talk to anyone because there's no live chat. Well, that's your fault. You've only got yourself to blame. You're basically talking to a screen. Hello, everybody. Welcome to That's Football. I am Mark Goldbridge for Liverpool against West Ham, filling time till I can find my live chat, which I think I've just found. I've got it. Well done. So yes, we've got West Ham against Liverpool tonight live on That's Football. Hope you're doing very, very well. So we'll get straight into the team news, I think, here, actually. That would be a good start. Penalty shootout last night. We might get another penalty shootout. Remember, the teams in the quarterfinal are already chosen, apart from Liverpool, West Ham. You've got Chelsea, who won on penalties. We watched that last night. You've got Fulham, who won on penalties against Everton. And you've got Middlesbrough, who beat Port Vale. I don't know when the draw is. I'm going to take a rough guess that the draw is tonight. But we will see. Team news for Liverpool. They've made a few changes. It's sort of a mixture between strong and weak. Kelleher, Gomez, Kwanzaa, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, Szoboszlai, Endo, Jones, Elliott, Nunez and Gakpo. So no place for Salah. He's on the bench with Diaz, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Konate's on the bench as well. However, West Ham, relatively strong for them. Of course, West Ham are playing Manchester United Saturday lunchtime. I don't want to take advantage from teams that are doing well, but I'm quite happy that West Ham seem to have gone quite strong for this game when they've got a game on Saturday lunchtime. Areola in goal, Kufal, Mavropanos, Ogbonna, Johnson, Soucek, Alvarez, Kudus, Benrahma, Fornells and Bowen. On their bench, Ward-Prowse, you would expect to start. Paqueta, you would expect to start. Zuma, you would expect to start. So they've probably got 3 or 4 players changed as well. As we know, Liverpool have got as well. So there we go. Why did the career mode stop, says CS. Well, literally, if you watch the career mode, you'll know why I stopped it, because I said it on the last video. Are you a prat? I stopped it because I got fed up of the AFC, which I think is shit, basically. I may revisit it in the new year, but I basically threw my controller in the pram, out the pram. I might come back, but yeah. RJ says B team for both sides. Well, you're a prat. How can it be B teams for both sides when both teams have got half the first team out? Matthew says the offline gameplay is horrific. And Mark, would you have taken James Ward-Prowse at United? No. James Ward-Prowse is not an Arsenal player. He's not a Man United player. He's not a Liverpool player. He's not a Man City player. He's not, he's not. He's a West Ham player, but no, he's not. He's not a Spurs player either. James Ward-Prowse is a mid-table Premier League player. He deserves to be in the England team, but I wouldn't put him. I wouldn't put him there. I think this game tonight could be very, very interesting. I think Liverpool are not as strong as they could be, which might give West Ham a chance, and I suspect that this game will be decided by whoever makes their strong subs sooner. I mean, for example, I think if Liverpool get Salah on in the second half, that will make a big difference. But I'm going to say Liverpool will come through it because they're at Anfield. But I do think West Ham might give them a game. And this, as a Manchester United fan, this is quite an interesting game as well, because we're playing them, as I said, Saturday lunchtime. So it's an interest. I don't get to see West Ham play that often. I haven't seen West Ham play that much. So watching their style of play and sort of predicting how it'll work against United is quite interesting. Super League ruling tomorrow in court, says Rahul. What does that mean? Don't worry, I haven't got small hands. These cans are massive. They're absolutely massive. It's Christmas. So what a standard can is normally about what? This has got 500. This is 570 ml. 570 ml. That's a big can, that is. West Ham are the blueprint to beating the high press, says Keel Robinson. It's a pint can. It is a pint can. Everyone's saying it's a massive can. It's a pint can. Right, we're about ready to go here. Get your funny scenario questions in as well. We like to have a bit of real life in the show as well. We're not running yet. I thought we started a game. Come on, ref. I hate referees who have everybody ready and then don't do it. Here we go. Oh, fuck that. What am I doing? What am I doing? I've lost my live chat again. Talk to yourself. That's all right. Okay. Okay. How's your finger, Mark? Says Joel. It's getting there. I mean, it's physio, isn't it? You just got to get a lot of physio in it. I think it is getting better, but it's strange. I've never really had an injury before where you have to do physio. And physio is a long process, isn't it? Because it's just gradually, slowly gets better. Jack says, insult him. He can't see it. Oh, you're a lovely guy, Jack. You're a lovely guy, Jay. Who's your favourite side man, Mark? Says Grace. Good question. Do you like Jaeger bombs? Says Phil Mitchell. I've not had one for ages. Kudos to Shine, says Power Play. Yeah, I think this will be a better game than Newcastle Chelsea last night, and it's interesting, isn't it? Man United are the sandwich in this. We played Liverpool at the weekend, and we're playing West Ham on Saturday. So, but we're not in the Carabao Cup. Ankit says West Ham got smacked by Fulham. I'm keeping my expectations low against Poole, says Ankit. Matoma or Bailey, says Flores, official. Oh, Matoma. Easy. Easy, Matoma. HP says I'm going to go with a Liverpool 3-0 win. It's a shit ball out the back by West Ham. I think Liverpool will want to win this, won't they? It's another opportunity to win a trophy. And if you look who's left in the tournament as well, I mean, Chelsea are so inconsistent and unreliable. I think that Liverpool would feel like, West Ham's kicking is really shit here. Happy says, I think Kudus will struggle tonight without Ward-Prowse and Paqueta. And Callum with an update that anyone who had points from Solanke on FPL got them removed after the fixture got rescheduled. Well, I think that was always inevitable and probably quite intelligent, really. Can I just say, we nearly hit 77,000 last night, but we didn't. We are 969. We are 32 subscribers away from 77,000. So please do subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Get involved with the channel. Thank you very much. Welcome to That's Football. Don't forget our big game, our big watch along, our next big watch along, and it's probably the biggest game of the season. In fact, I'm going to describe it as the biggest game of the season, and also who will be top at Christmas. That is all cup. It's West Ham, not West Ham, Man United. I'm doing that on the United stand. It's Liverpool against Arsenal, which is going to be a fantastic game. Oh, this could be 1-0. Blocked from Szoboszlai, but they're still on the attack. West Ham look a little bit sloppy defensively at the moment. It was a good block from Szoboszlai's shot, who I think has looked a little bit like, this was a good effort by him, but I think over the last month or so, he's fell off a bit, hasn't he, after a great start to the season. James says, what games are 3 p.m. on Saturday? I'm not doing a watch along. I don't think there's anything that really takes my fancy. I had a look. So you've got Fulham, Burnley, Luton against Newcastle. Man City, Brentford's postponed. Forest, Bournemouth, Tottenham, Everton. I mean, Tottenham, Everton might be reasonable, but I'm doing West Ham, Man United at 12:30, and then Liverpool against Arsenal at 5:30. I think I'm on Talk Sport after that as well. And I've got to be honest, I don't know whether you're like me, but I feel like Eminem at the moment. I'm doing so much rapping, it's ridiculous. I literally cannot have a Saturday where I'm just sat there from 12 o'clock till 9 o'clock at night streaming and watching football. I've got to... It's Christmas Eve on bloody Sunday. You got to put... I watched home... I'll tell you what I did do today. Family time. Me and Seb got home from school, got the celebrations out. We sat and watched Home Alone in front of the fire. That's a proper Christmas memory, 2023. And no phones, just two people enjoying the moment. Just sat and watched Home Alone, start to finish. Lovely stuff. I do love that. I saw a picture. I saw a picture on Facebook the other day. I don't know why it popped. Facebook's gone. I don't go on Facebook really. I don't. Lovely ball through to the... Oh, he's offside. Remember, no VAR tonight, so it should be a good, quick game. But Facebook recommendations are weird. At least on Insta, it's always stuff that you follow and stuff. But on Facebook, you very rarely see anything that's relevant to you. Anyway, I mean, I had Facebook recommendations today, had a picture of Cameron Diaz in her knickers turned around. And I was like, what's this filth? I was going to complain to Facebook. I was like, what is this filth? Why are you recommending this stuff to me? I've got no idea. It's an outrage. But one of their other recommendations was it was a picture of a river. I think it might have been the River Thames in London, and it was a picture of the River Thames in 1904, and people were skating on it. It had frozen, and people were skating on it. I thought, I've got to look at the comments here, because people will be going on about global warming, which they were. But there was a comment there. So you got this picture in black and white of all these people skating on a frozen River Thames. You'd never do that now. I don't think it's possible for it to freeze now, actually. But in the comments, it said, look at that. People just enjoying the moment, not a phone in sight. Well, I did laugh, because I thought, well, obviously there was no phones around then, but that's not what he's on about. He's just on about how, it's people living in the moment. Did you enjoy Home Alone? Yes, Liam. I think Home Alone is one of those films you just have to watch every Christmas. I feel quite sad now I've watched it, actually. I look forward to watching it every year. But Seb doesn't finish school until Friday. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Fancy finishing school on the 22nd. Oh, I'll tell you what though. I said to Seb, I would have loved that as a kid, and he was like, "Why?" And I said, "Because I remember one Christmas when I was at school, we broke up on the Friday, and the Christmas wasn't until the following Sunday, but it wasn't the Sunday after the Friday, so it would have broke up on like the 17th or something like that, and then we were back in school on like the 2nd." And I was saying, it's rubbish because you've got all that time off before Christmas where you can't play with your presents. I said, at least this one, a couple of days off, play with your presents for 2 weeks. I haven't got you any, but hypothetically. Thomas is in work until Friday. Of course, some people will be working Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Not just for religious reasons, money. Can't get it off. Good shot, just wide, Harvey Elliott. I might do Villa Sheffield United on Friday night. WN. I'm thinking about it. Somebody in the chat there broke up on Friday and doesn't go back till the 8th. Would you work Christmas Day, Mark? Well, if they announce we're signing... If they announce we're signing a player, I would, yeah. It's all Liverpool at the moment. Another good cross coming in the box, but West Ham clear. I'll tell you what, Peacock Tail, the baddie is in the Terror. I want to watch the Terror again. I loved that series. I'm going to watch the Terror again. Where is the Terror? Is it on Atlantic Sky? West Ham under pressure here, says CT. They are. I sense a Liverpool goal coming. They're all over West Ham at the moment. It's very one-way traffic. Of course, Liverpool were unable to break down the mighty Man United on Sunday. Can they break down West Ham? Hi Mark, what have you got said for Christmas, says Josh? I can't tell you that. There are 9,000 people watching here, and there's bound to be an arsehole that would let him know. He hasn't got a clue what he's getting. So all I'll say is, made a big mistake with him last year. I wrongly told people he liked Lego. This is a true story. I wrongly told people he liked Lego. I knew I'd made a mistake when his big present was the Lego fire station. It was big. He was very excited. He opened it up, and I saw on the look of his face, he don't want Lego. And it got so bad when my auntie came round on Boxing Day and gave him a present, he shook it before he opened it, put it on the table and went, it's Lego, isn't it? Before he even opened it. Well, I couldn't believe it. I almost sent him to his room, which I'd never do. But yeah, so last year was not good. I wrongly thought he liked Lego, and he really doesn't. So I've put a lot of work into it this year over a number of months. So basically, my plan was every Saturday morning when he comes in and watches telly, I make sure we watch Channel 5 because there's loads of toy adverts. And I'll make out that I'm not listening, and then when he's going, oh, I like that, so I'll be there going, putting it into my Google Doc, and yeah, he's got quite a few things. I like Lego, nothing wrong with Lego, although there was genuinely a lad at my school who used to put Lego up his arse, which always put me off the long bits, even though it wasn't my Lego he was doing it with. So he's got some good stuff. I would say this year, Seb, and I quite like this as a kid, he's not really got one big present. He's got quite a few mid presents. Because you know what, I've got to be careful in case someone's listening around. One of the kids doesn't have as many presents as Seb, because Seb's my favourite. No, not really. One of the kids hasn't got as many presents as Seb because they've got a big present. And the problem with the big present is it costs a lot more than a lot of Seb's ones are combined, but you only open one present. Now, do you want to open one big present, or would you be liking to open up 10 decent presents? And I think quantity over quality at Christmas can be important. Obviously, I'd rather have a PS5 than, selection boxes and aftershave, but it is, you buy somebody a big present and you almost feel guilty that they're only opening one present, and you realise how much it bloody cost. Here we go, Liverpool. Oh, I thought he was going to score there, Harvey Elliott. I've got to be honest though, when I was a kid, I used to like to open loads of presents, but the year I got an Amiga 500 Plus, I know, well, that was close. It was close by Harvey Elliott. It was a good shot. The year I got an Amiga 500 Plus, I didn't open my other presents until Boxing Day. I wasn't interested. I just wasn't interested. I opened it at 4 o'clock. They said, are you coming down to open up your other presents? I went, no. And they were trying to force me to come down. They said, it's rude. Your grandparents are here. And I'm like, I'm halfway through a manager save on Sensible World of Soccer. I'm not coming down. It might be their last Christmas. It might be their last Christmas. It bloody won't be. They're only in the mid-50s. There's no history of illness in our family. They'll be here next year. Let me enjoy Christmas. They were like, they've got presents for you. You need to come down. I said, I'm not coming down. I'm halfway through a save. I'm not coming down. It's probably some bloody socks and Lynx Africa anyway. Just say thank you. I'll shout it from here. If you don't come down, we're going to unplug it. I'll unplug you. Maybe not now. But as the oldest son, I will have the right to say unplug her if you're ever in that situation. So I'm warning you now. Unplug my Amiga and ruin my career mode. And if you're ever in a situation where you're on a plug, I will say it's what she would have wanted and I will unplug you. Don't care how old you are. Mark, when's your birthday? Says Parker. April. I forgot to ask this on United Stand, but why would... It's going to be a great show tonight. I forgot to ask this on United Stand, but why would Todibo come to Man United when Tottenham are more appealing and we probably won't know what to do with him, says Jack. I don't care whether he wants to come. I don't care whether he wants to come. What does he think? What does he think is going on here? You're bloody coming. How many Lynx Africa sets do you reckon you will get? None. Not after that video I did. There was outrage in my family. I did a video a couple of years. I don't even know where the video is. I didn't take it down. Basically, I did a video. Oh, Bowen. I did a video on my Mark Goldbridge channel. I think it was going for Goldbridge. Remember when I used to do those? So I did a video on my channel and I was talking about Christmas. And I said, Christmas is a header from Nunez, just goes wide. I'm very happy to have a Lynx Africa sponsorship because actually, Solid Blake, I use Lynx. I've always used it. Lynx Oriental, Java, Lynx Africa is a goat. I love it. I love Lynx. So Lynx are stupid not having me as a sponsor because I would do great business for them and myself. But I did a video going for Goldbridge and I was talking about Christmas presents. And I said, the thing about Christmas is I do like getting good presents. And a good present to me could be a bottle of Jack Daniels. It could be a Maltesers selection box. It could be, you know, a nice, I don't know, pair of pants. But what I don't like, what I said I don't like at Christmas is all the presents you get from peripheral family that you don't really need. Like, you know, a Lynx box set. Well, somebody showed them the clip and there was uproar in the Goldbridge family house that Christmas. You know, they surprised me because I said, look, have you never watched Peter Kay when he's taking the piss out of his mother-in-law? It's called banter. Well, they wouldn't have it. So I don't get Lynx Africa box sets anymore, which is a shame because, yeah. The timer is not off. It is absolutely bang on. 17:31 on my screen there and the same there. Do a poll, says Louis. Tell me, who made you God? I'll pull your plug out in a minute as well. Give me a recommendation for a poll and I'll do a poll. I'm not your bloody servant. Anthony says Phoenix Nights was brilliant. You know what gets on my nerves about Peter Kay? I think this is bloody stupid, right? You can't watch Phoenix Nights. You can watch The Office. You can watch Alan Partridge. You can watch Only Fools and Horses. You can watch Fawlty Towers. But you can't watch Phoenix Nights because Peter Kay doesn't like his programmes to be available to watch on repeat. So you can't go on Amazon Prime, Netflix or anything like that and watch it. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. That's like the kid who, when they get knocked out of Wembley, because it's their ball, they say I'm going home and ruin it for everyone else. Richard's got a plug, but it's not for life support machine. Yeah, I wouldn't be pulling that plug out my mum, would I? Yeah, that's filth. I was talking about a life support machine. I'm not talking about a butt plug. That can stay there if it was ever there. That's disgusting. Talking about dodgy Christmas presents, I don't think there's anything dodgy about buying stuff like that. I mean, at the end of the day, I like presents where I get the benefit as well. So, underwear, Not for my mum or myself. I'm talking about, you know, relationships. I think that's always good. Nice perfume. You get the benefit of that. You know, if you buy a nice perfume for your other half, you get to smell it. What else? An air fryer. Yeah, buy an air fryer for your missus. See what happens then. That you're in big trouble then, aren't you? I actually do know. Everyone's saying to gym deal taking too long. Lawyers aren't holding it up. Defo working 14 hours a day to get it done. 2 billion investments often take time, says Alex G. Thanks for the super chat tonight. You can do that through the $sign. Favourite links scene poll, says Sam. Don't even know what a links scene is. I actually, genuinely, this is a true story, and I'd love to know if anyone's got anything like this. Sam says, get her a vacuum cleaner. Yeah, get her a vacuum cleaner, and you'll wake up with that vacuum cleaner on a body part, I reckon. Which some of you might enjoy, but the suction you get on some of these, I tried it on my leg once, and it left a right mark. Don't ever do that. If I can teach you anything in life, don't drink and drive. Definitely don't do that. Don't piss on an electric fence. Definitely don't do that. Please never, ever, ever, ever put a vacuum on your member. You will probably suck off your helmet, which obviously some of you might like the idea of, but I'm being serious. Remember, I used to work in the police. I've spent a lot of time talking to paramedics, and they've told me a lot of stories, and that is quite a prominent one. Obviously, a lot of people think it's a good idea. The suction on those things, imagine the pain. You know, some vile stories about that. Never do it. Never, ever do it. What's the price of Jack Daniels in your country, says M. Parker. I don't know. I don't know. Jordan Freeman, thank you very much for your super chat. Anyway, the mate, says Birds, See Ghosts. Just watching Liverpool here, which is what we're doing. This is a true story. I mean, I can't speak about this. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. He bought his partner a washing machine for Christmas. I just said to him, you know, after the divorce, why didn't you run it past us down the pub? Like, what did you do it on purpose to get a divorce? He went, oh yeah, I really wanted a divorce. You know, the fact that I've lost half my money and I'm paying, you know, child maintenance for the rest of my life. Yeah, I really thought what a good idea that would be. He genuinely thought that because she does the washing of the clothes, getting her a new washing machine was good. And I was like, why? And he said, well, I knew that I didn't really know what to get her. And it was either these expensive earrings or a top-of-the-range washing machine. So I thought, you know what? His heart was in a good place. He just made a Pratt decision. You can't do that. You see, for men, I don't think there's an offence if my missus bought me a drill. Not that sort of drill. I remember being bought. I've got it up here. Where have I got it? I had it. I've got it around somewhere. Oh, I'd show it you if I saw it. Oh, here it is. I got bought this for Christmas. Genuine. Look. DIY. Know how with show how. That was a Christmas present. No, I've never even looked at it. Sealing a tiled area. This is a genuine Christmas present. I wasn't offended. Problem solver. Patching a flat roof. Yeah, never going to do that. Rebedding a ridge tile. Repairing a corner on indoor walls. Planning a straw bale wall. Nails. A whole section on nails, common nails, clout nails, masonry nails, square twist. Yeah, never going to use it. Never going to use it. DIY. I genuinely got that for Christmas. And look, it's quite thick. You get that wrapped up. You're not thinking when that's quite a big book. That's wrapped up. You're not thinking it's a book on DIY. You're thinking, ooh, that could be anything. It could be the encyclopedia of the world of Westeros. Or maybe it's, I wasn't expecting that. Did I complain? No. Did I care? No. Did I say that's sexist? No. However, you reverse it, I buy that book for a female, and it's the complete guide to housekeeping, I'm getting locked up and cancelled. So I think, look, we're all equal now, but I don't think men get offended by presents like that, but you buy a washing machine for your wife, you're getting cancelled and divorced. I've actually had a drill for Christmas as well. No, it was an electric screwdriver. Not bothered. Benny Hill has asked for a poll. It's not the Benny Hill because he's dead. Either or. This is Benny Hill. Home Alone. Home Alone 2. Good show tonight. Keep the topics coming. I take it the game isn't very exciting then, Mark. No, I mean, this is just what we do on That's Football, and it's Christmas. It's a bit of a chat watching the match the week before Christmas. That's what we do. That's what we do. Statistically, as you can see, it's been a bit one-way traffic so far. 62%, 8 shots for Liverpool, 2 on target, nothing from West Ham. So it's one-way traffic. Don't forget our Stats Carousel is sponsored by OneFootball. You can download that through the link in the description, or you can scan the QR code. It's free to download on Apple and Android. Get all your latest breaking football news, transfer news. It's a great time to do it with the January transfer window coming around the corner. You can also get individual player stats on every game as well. Check it out. Reminds me, FPL. How's FPL working over Christmas? What's the deadlines? We've already done this poll, apparently. Look, Home Alone's way better. I don't even know if I'll watch... I'll tell you what I did watch last night, and I would recommend it. Trading Places. Trading Places is free to watch on Amazon Prime. But I don't know whether anybody's watched it. Goal for Sir Bosley. He has looked like he was winding one up earlier, and he certainly wound one up there. It got blocked about 10 minutes ago, and he's absolutely smacked the shit out of this one. I didn't see it, to be honest. I just saw it hit the back of the net. But watch this back. Bad pass out. West Ham could have been on the break. Look, watch this. You just... Oh, my God. The technique on that is absolutely sensational. Look, hardly any backlift on this shot at all. It's just pure technique. Oh, God. He has got one hell of a technique on his shot. Look at this from behind. Oh, my God. What a technique he's got. Been a bit quiet in recent weeks, like I say. But he'd already wound one up before it got blocked. I'm glad he didn't do that at the weekend, because you don't save those. 1-0 to Liverpool. Harmish says Donald Trump is in Home Alone 2. He is. He is, you're right. Oh, what's going on here now? Temperamental. Last year, my girlfriend's parents got me a packet of air fresheners for Christmas, and I haven't spoken to them since. Air fresheners? What sort, David? You know what I'd get them this Christmas? If you know what? If I got air fresheners from my in-laws this year, I'd be getting them mouthwash. That's terrible. I've done Home Alone, yeah. How was Sir Alex successful under the Glazers? I suppose he had a bit of legacy, didn't he, that he'd built. Jordan Freeman, thanks for your super chat. That video where you call out bad presents is called Goldbridge Drives to Old Trafford for Christmas. Should we get some Would You Rather going? And Mark, what do you think is the best Christmas gift you can get for your girlfriend, says Lul. Well, it depends who your girlfriend is. Alex G got a Highland Springs multi-pack last year. God. Are you feeling confident for the game against West Ham, says MUFC? Yeah, I think we need to win it. I mean, never be totally confident. Tashi says, love all your shows. Kenneth says, remember all the old dart trains in Dublin? They're getting scrapped in the new year. About time, though, Kenneth, if we're being honest. Anyway, I was watching Alan Partridge. No, I wasn't watching Alan Partridge. I watched that the other week. That was the Christmas one, wasn't it? Knowing Me, Knowing Yule. I was watching... I think I've actually watched a lot of the stuff I need to watch. I've watched The Office Christmas specials. I watched Father Ted Christmas special. I've watched the Alan Partridge Christmas special. I watched Home Alone. I've watched National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. I need to watch Die Hard, but I normally do that Christmas Eve. Anyway, I watched Trading Places, which I haven't watched for years. Hold on, Liverpool, cross, corner. Watched Trading Places last night, which is a bit Christmassy, but I would class it as a Christmas film. Watched it last night, very good. I haven't watched it in quite a while, so I did enjoy it. But I tell you what, it's a funny film. It's a comedy, but they use racist terms at least 3 times. And they're still in there. And Jamie Lee Curtis, as Zippy is alluding to, gets areolas out at least 3 times. They don't make films like that. I mean, the racism should not be there. I think we can all agree with that. But it does make you realise that the films they made in the 80s, they don't get made now. I've seen the Gavin and Stacey Christmas episodes, yes, Stephen. Sabozlai scored, neck. But do watch Trading Places, and then when you're watching it, go, bloody hell, Goldbridge was right. You can't use that word. I haven't watched Violent Night, Solid Blake. Haven't watched The Royal Family yet, but there's a good Christmas show on BBC Two on Christmas Day night about Caroline Aherne that I want to watch. And there's one on Christmas Eve on Channel 5 at 9 o'clock about Only Fools and Horses I want to watch. I'm giving you all my tips now. I'm doing all right, mate. Please do subscribe to the channel. We're only 10 away from 77,000. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. Trading Places is well worth a watch. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I loved it as a kid anyway. I mean, again, I was watching that when I was a kid. No, the racism in Trading Places is out of order. I don't know whether it should be removed, though, because I don't know where I stand on that. And it's not my place to stand on it at all, because I'm not the subject of the racism. But I was surprised it hadn't been dubbed out, let's put it that way. But then, again, it was of its time, and it exposes the bad people in the film who are bad people. And bad people say bad things. So, Planes, Trains and Automobiles is also free to watch on Amazon Prime, but I haven't watched it yet. Paula says she always feels down at Christmas, just want it to go. Of course, Christmas is not always a happy time for some. We watched The Grinch already, the Chipmunk, yeah. Kane scored again. There's an awful cold going round. Has it got into you, Mark? Says Jake. No, it hasn't got to me yet, but as you'll know from watching my content, I get sort of allergy sneezes, so that'll just be dust. But yeah, I guarantee you there'll be somebody in the household who's ill over Christmas. I was ill last Christmas, actually. I got ill last Christmas. I went down to London. I was in London, wasn't? That's where I got ill. I went to London to do the Saturday social Christmas show. And I did it the day before Christmas Eve. I woke up on Christmas Eve and I felt like shit. Give someone a gift and they hate it, or receive a gift from someone and you hate it. And in both scenarios, both people know the other one hates it. Brian, I'm not bothered. None of that bothers me. It's just how I live. Never approve censorship. It's a slippery slope, says Raoul. Blood Moon is out tomorrow, says Chris. Don't know what that is. Good tackle there, goes for a corner. So Liverpool leading 1-0 here, and it's been a bit one-way traffic. West Ham not really done anything. Do you keep any livestock, Mark? Oh yeah, I've got a couple of cows on the front garden, a few sheep in the back, and then chickens in the bedroom. FPL Fozzie, not a fan of Wallace and Gromit at Christmas. Paul says watch Violent Night. Headed away. I mean, West Ham are going to have to do something here because they're just getting absolutely dominated. Would you rather wear a Liverpool shirt for a full watch-along or buy the missus a vacuum for Christmas, says Nate. I think I'd probably wear a Liverpool shirt for a full watch-along. I couldn't... I really couldn't do that. It's horrific. Yeah, I actually did contemplate this Christmas for a joke, because I do like jokes. I mean... There is one Christmas Eve before I was in a, I was in a relationship. We just weren't spending Christmas together. One Christmas Eve, I was down the local, and I'd bought my presents, but I hadn't wrapped them all. So my plan was, when I got home from the pub on Christmas Eve, I was going to wrap the final few presents. Needless to say, I had a few too many drinks. And ended up walking back with my sister and her fiance, and on the way back I was like, oh, I've got to wrap some presents, I'm so drunk. Will you help me wrap them if I tell you who they're for? So she did wrap the presents for me, and then I just made up some names, because actually she was wrapping some of her own, which went down well on Christmas Day. I thought she'd see the funny side of it, but she didn't. But I was planning for a joke on wrapping up a big box and putting a load of clothes in it, so it's a big present and it feels really weighty, and then writing Seb's name on it. And I was going to do it, but then I was like, he'll open it up and he'll be really disappointed when it's just old clothes. It's actually that would be horrific. I'm glad I only thought it. What would you do if Seb loved Liverpool, says Dan? Well, it's never going to happen. You can train it out of them. Bullshit. I really do not believe that kids are born. Kids might be born with very many tendencies, and I would agree with that, but kids are not born fans of football clubs. You can definitely manipulate them with sweets, presents, and punishment. So if he tried to be a Liverpool fan, I'd try the bribery first, and then I'd just resort to you're grounded until you support Manchester United. Easy answer, Dan. Berry hates Christmas music. I quite like it for a month. I quite like it, yeah. The best Christmas joke I've ever done, and I've told it people before, and it's a little bit too late for some of you. This was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Superb. It's the best thing I've ever done. So basically, and people don't really do it anymore, do they? I mean, I was around somebody's house the other day. It was somebody I knew. I wasn't burgling or anything. I don't need to burgle people. I was around someone's house the other day, and they had loads of cards, like loads of Christmas cards. And I'm actually quite proud that I don't get Christmas cards. Not because I'm an environmentalist. I'm fuming, absolutely fuming about Quality Street. Don't get me started on Quality Street. My love for Quality Street is dead. My love for Quality Street is dead, right? There's a tin of Quality Street. All my life, this is Christmas. Quality Street tin, right? This has always been my life. This takes me back to in front of the fire at my grandparents' on Christmas Eve, watching a film, 5 years old. Can I have a Quality Street, Grandad? Yeah, you can. What am I going to have? What am I going to have? Oh, I don't know. And you'd open up the tin, and it would be glistening foil of purple, red, and gold. And it was like Christmas in a tin. They've now gone to these paper prats. They look rubbish. You open it up, and it's absolute. It's like looking in the bottom of a budgie's cage. I'm disgusted. My love for it is gone. I won't. And you know what? You know what they're going to say? It's for the environment. Yeah, I know. I get it. But you've destroyed Christmas. You've destroyed Christmas with your paper wrappings. You've probably saved the environment, but it's gone. It's gone. I used to open that tin, look at all the different foils and go, I'm back in the 80s. And now I'm not. Anyway, back to the card story. West Ham are on the attack. So I'm quite proud of the fact that I don't get cards because they're a waste of time. But when cards were a big thing, I wrote a card to mother-in-law and mother and sent it to them by, it was worth the stamp. You can't put a price on comedy. It was worth the stamp, right? So I wrote a card to mother and mother-in-law, and I put to mother-in-law, I'm not going to tell you your name, from Daryl and Karen and the kids. Hope you've had a great year. Looking forward to linking up with you in the next 12 months. Hope your kids are doing well. Made up name. Completely made up name. And then to my mum, did the same thing again. But my mum quite likes horses, so I put to mum's name and family. Merry Christmas from Kath and Bill. Hope the horses are keeping well. Hopefully we can catch up in 2024. So completely made up people that I sent to their houses with a Christmas card with what I've just said there written in it, put a stamp on it, sent it in, right? Early December. You can't put a price on comedy, and you've got to be patient with proper comedy. Anyway, 3 weeks later, just before Christmas, go round to their house, as you do at Christmas, looking at their cards, recognised at the mother-in-law's, the one I'd sent. She'd put it up. And it's a made-up person. And then, the next day, Christmas Eve, I'm round my mum's house, she's put the card up as well. And I thought, you know what? This is an experiment in people because they don't know these people, but they've convinced themselves that it's genuine just so they can put a card up on their shelf. And that's what people are like with Christmas cards. They'll put the Christmas cards up that get posted through from charities who are trying to get money from you and pretend it's from somebody they know. That genuinely happened as well. It was... I couldn't believe I didn't expect to see either of them. I hoped one of them might put it up. They both put it up. How can you put up a Christmas card from somebody you don't even know? Hi Mark, what was Sabolsky's goal like? I had to go to Google to spell his name. It was a very good goal, Matthew. He's got a very, very good technique. Can I just say as well, Heroes still have foil wrappers and so do Celebrations. Shaunak says, without your streams, I don't think I would have survived lockdown. Thank you, Mark. Would love to have a pint with you someday, says Shaunak. Go and get one now. We're having one. That's definitely the biggest can of beer I've ever had. They're normally about that big. Sensational stuff. How long should men last in bed, says Lou. Is this agony bridge? That's nothing to do with the size of my thing, by the way. I think if you're not, I mean, I don't want to brag, but basically, how long? How long's a piece of string? If you can't control it, you need to work on it. Even as a United fan and United Stand fan, nothing beats the Goldbridge That's Football watch-alongs. They are very different, aren't they, trading cards? They are very different. We're about to hit half-time here. I tell you what, without VAR, though, the game just flows a lot quicker, doesn't it? We've literally had 45 minutes. 1 minute's going to get added on. It's like football before VAR. I love it. Home Alone smacked the shit out of Home Alone 2, by the way. 73% went Home Alone. 27% went Home Alone 2. Hi, Mark. Merry Christmas to you and your family. If you want a mini tournament for half-time, Youth Player of the Season so far is an option to try, says Blakey. I'd need 8 players, though. Hold on a minute. Let me just put my well-used DIY complete guide to DIY back up on the shelf. I'd need 8 players. Yeah. It's half time. There we go. Desk wants a Christmas movie tournament. Bowser says, anyone who voted for Home Alone 2 should be on a watch list. I do think, I do like Home Alone 2, but it's Home Alone 1 is just kicks its ass, really. I'm smashed at a club with tequila, says Shaunak. Good. And West Ham strong. We've got 8 subs on, says Alex. And remember the toothpick thing from yesterday? I have crippling PTSD and depression from that one. Yeah, sometimes it's like that death scene out of Saving Private Ryan with the knife. Some things just stay with you, don't they? You can't move past that. Warwick community Mark Goldbridge is building. Good job, says Muck. Thank you very much. I hope you're all listening to Goldbridge Saves Football, by the way, the podcast. Please do give it a download and a listen. We're giving away some Christmas prizes on Friday. And in fact, it might not be relevant to some of you, but one of the prizes we're giving away on the podcast on Friday is this. So every year we do a knitted jumper on the United Stand. This was last year's, so you can't buy them. The run was done. And it commemorates 20 titles. But the interesting thing about this is we're giving it away on the podcast on Friday. It's a collector's item. There was only 1,000 ever made, but there's only one made like this because the run we did had red collars. And I asked for a white collar one and I got one. So this is there's only one of these ever been made. So we're giving it away on Friday on the podcast. So check out Goldbridge Saves Football. You can check it out anyway. Great insight on the pod. Did you know next year starts in January the 1st? Says Let's Bring In. I did. Yeah. Without Will, I think I'll be lost on that one though. Do you like Doctor Who? Says Think. I think if you like Doctor Who, you might want to be. No, it's not fair to put them on a register. But yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of Doctor. I've never liked Doctor Who. I've never liked it. Who do you think is going to win tomorrow, Brighton or Crystal Palace? I forgot that there's a game on every night this week. Mark, what are your thoughts on Jacob Ramsey? I really like him, Logan. I think he's a cracking player. I think he could be a breakout player of 2024 when he finds his consistency. Yeah. What do you think? Where do you think West Ham will finish the season? Delighted with the poll yesterday, says FJ. Poll of the day. What was it? Diaby against Kudos, 50-50 all the time. I wonder if Antonio still thinks West Ham will finish above Liverpool. Says interesting. I couldn't believe that. Is it Antonio and Callum Wilson do a podcast? I mean, I never see it in the charts that we're in, but everybody's got a podcast nowadays, to be fair. But I don't think current players should be doing podcasts. I just think it leaves you exposed to be, ridiculed, really. Let's bring in Peter Walton. Says, in fairness, it's a great podcast. I don't listen to many, but I listen to all of Goldbridge Saves Football. Yes, check it out if you haven't before. A lot of people like it. It's growing lovely, and we've got some cracking stuff going on with it in 2024, especially around visual. West Ham haven't shown up yet, says Reese. Well, let's have a quick look at those stats on the screen. 66%, 11 shots with 3 on target. West Ham have not had a shot. They really haven't shown up. It's been poor from West Ham so far. Where do you think Villa are going to finish in the league, says Ben? I don't even want to jinx Villa, and I think Villa fans feel the same. You've just almost got to see how long it can go for, because I'd love Villa to win the league more than Man City or Liverpool or Arsenal, but I don't think they'll win the league. I think Villa getting top 4 is incredible. It'd be very interesting to see if they do any business in the January transfer window, because you don't want to upset the apple cart, really, do you? But I hope they do well. How to find your podcast, says Rich. I'll tell you what, you can type Goldbridge Saves Football in the into Google, but I will find a link for you, so you've got it in the live chat. But yeah, I do hope that Villa last, because it's been a great story, but you do get the sense it might be difficult for them to do it. I've just put it into the chat. And I'm going to pin it for you now. Tom Ford says, what's your thoughts on Brussels sprouts? I used to hate them. I actually quite like them now, especially with a bit of pancetta. Jason keeps saying, what do you think about Kwanzaa? He's all right. Up the Villa, says Ryan. I'm sick of Man City winning everything, but I hope they keep bottling this season, says Out of Time. Somebody else has got to win. I mean, Harry Redknapp. They've got Harry Redknapp on the TV. They've got Harry and Jamie Redknapp here. Bloody hell. Jack says, do you think we will beat West Ham on Saturday? You know what? The thing about Man United against West Ham on Saturday is that it's Christmas. And I don't want to wish it on West Ham, but I do. If Man United get beat by West Ham on Saturday lunchtime, it's not long to recover from it before Santa comes, is it? I would like a positive Christmas after a shit season. So I hope that we're going to win. But we've had some bad results at West Ham. Lewil says, if you had to make a prediction right now, who do you think will win the league? I would still say Man City, because I don't think we've seen enough of Villa, Liverpool or Arsenal to call them title winners yet. So I'd still say Man City. But look, the longer this goes on, the more likely it is to be somebody else. Who do you think should be England's number 1? Says Philip. Well, for the first time ever, I think it probably should be Pickford, because Pope's injured and Ramsdale's not playing. But I'm not a big fan of Pickford, but I think it should be Pickford because he's the one who's playing regularly at the moment. Reggie says, do you like mulled wine? I love mulled wine. I haven't had a glass of it yet, and that's ridiculous. I don't know whether you're like me, but you have a lot of Christmas traditions, and for some reason you fuck them up. It's almost like you can't do all of them, and I've not had any mulled wine this year. And I've got probably 3 days to do it. What else do I like to do at Christmas that I've not done yet? Well, I can't tell you about that one. Yeah. Makish says, just put a cup of wine in the meat microwave. That's it. It's not it. It's not it. Mulled wine's got a very distinctive taste, and you can get crap mulled wine as well. I was at Centre Parks a couple of years ago, and I got mulled wine. It was fucking horrible. Rubbish. Do you watch the darts, says Daniel? I like to watch the darts after Christmas, the week between Christmas and New Year. I'm not massively into it before Christmas because I'm busy, but it's perfect for the weekend. I like watching it the week in between. It's perfect. It's absolutely perfect for that week in between. Would you ever do a Football Manager series, says Tony? I've done one. Any book recommendations, says Andrew? The one book I've read this year, and I do need to read more. I think reading is brilliant. I would recommend anybody read more because it's soothing for the soul to read because it makes your brain imagine. But the one book I read this year was Heat 2, which is a book sequel to the film Heat, which I very much enjoyed. What about Baileys, says Mister. Baileys in coffee's lovely. Reggie says you look drunk. Well, I'm definitely not drunk because I've been sipping on one can. It's all I've had. Who's more likely to get Todibo, Man United or Tottenham? I'd probably say Tottenham, Matty. I probably would. Do you reckon VAR will be a deciding factor in the Liverpool-Arsenal game? I think it could be, H, and I'm a little bit concerned about that because I'm not saying that these Carabao Cup games have been classics, but they have had a nice flow to them because there's no VAR. No worries, Tony. What's your thoughts on Leon Bailey this season, says Will. I think that Leon Bailey's been very good this season. He seems to have found a bit of form. He was always a very good potential player, and Emery seems to have got the best out of him, which is obviously good to see. Mark, I think you should become manager of the Bulgarian SCSK Sofia side. We kind of need you. I'd love to get involved in a football team. I'm really looking at doing that in 2024. Do you enjoy eating Christmas pretzels, Mark? I don't. What's the difference between a normal pretzel and a Christmas pretzel? Szoboszlai's goal was fantastic. Yes, he's got a tremendous shot on him. It's interesting how he's sort of disappeared, isn't it, for the last 6 weeks? But tonight he's looked right back in it, and that's encouraging for Liverpool with such a big game. It's such a big game on Saturday, isn't it? I mean, let's just spend a minute on that. We'll be doing a watch-along for it, 5:30 on Saturday. It's a Christmas cracker. I mean, football, I think, does go hand in hand with Christmas, especially from Boxing Day, and it fills that void between Boxing Day and New Year. But 23rd of December, that is an absolute cracker. I don't know how anybody can not be excited about it. It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I've played the game, says Shirley. I bet you have. I hope you've not been on the game. If a draw was impossible in Liverpool or Arsenal game, who do you think would win? I'm going to go Liverpool, Smurfy, because they're at home. Random man says he's more scared than excited. Well, I support neither club, so I look forward to it as a neutral, and I think that's quite enjoyable, isn't it, when you're a neutral? But obviously, if you're an Arsenal or Liverpool fan, you don't want to be losing that, and that's going to ruin your Christmas if you lose that. Sorry. Hi, Mark. Can you wish my friend a happy birthday, says Ivan. Yeah, I don't want to say that name. I think it's bullshit. And Liverpool will probably score another 2, says Seekers. And Mark speaks a lot of sense, says Shad. Don't anyone know. HP says, what subs would you make for Liverpool at half time? I wouldn't be, unless you just want to keep Szoboszlai and Trent sort of ticking over. I wouldn't be bringing them on, really. Why bother? I think from West Ham's point of view, they probably need to be looking at bringing on Paqueta and Ward-Prowse to try and win the game. Mark, there's a really insightful book called The Glazers United Ownership, called The World's Biggest Cash Machine. Have you seen it? Actually, Luke, I was quite interested in getting that, and I forgot to put it on my list. Thoughts on what Mudrick said on Instagram about Trippier, says Blues enthusiast. I thought it was a bit... Can I be honest? I thought it was a bit cringe. People will say you're a miserable cynic. That's absolutely fine. But basically, he just said stuff like, you're a warrior and you'll fight back as a warrior. And I thought, this is professional football. I think Mudrick's just trying to be nice, but I just found it cringe. But look, give him the benefit of the doubt. He's a foreign player in a country where he's probably trying to appeal to everybody. But I just thought, if you're Kieran Trippier, you're looking at that, what does it do for you, really? And at the end of the day, it's a Carabao Cup exit. He's not just cost Newcastle the Champions League, has he? So I thought it was a bit cringe, yes. But it was coming from a good place, wasn't it? Hi, Mark. I want to invite you to Sweden in the summer to watch some real football, says Whoops. I'd love it. Let's do it. What's your thoughts on Nunez' recent form, says Toast. It's weird because he's a Liverpool player, so I'd like to sit here and say what a flop. But I like Nunez, so it's hard for me to sort of turn on him because I've always said I think there's a good player there. He may well end up being a player that's just ridiculously inconsistent. I mean, I have to acknowledge that Marcus Rashford is inconsistent, but I like Rashford. When he's on it, he's amazing. And I just wonder whether Darwin Nunez is going to be that. But I still think he's got time. I would say that by now, you'd be probably hoping that there is a little bit more consistency there. He's 24 years of age. He should be more consistent. But I did think after the 2 goals he scored against Newcastle, that was going to be the springboard. But he still looks very inconsistent. Look, if Darwin Nunez started scoring goals, Liverpool would have a great chance of winning the league. I think he needs to find that consistency. Do you think Szoboszlai is the signing of the summer? If you'd asked me 6 weeks ago, I would have certainly said he's up there. I think he's fell off a little bit recently. I think it's very hard to predict the signing of the summer at the moment because there's a few candidates. I mean, look, how many candidates do you want to have from Aston Villa? Pau Torres, Diaby. They've done pretty well. I think James Ward-Prowse at West Ham. Declan Rice at Arsenal has been very consistent. Very consistent. Szoboszlai, like you say, has been very good. Let's not forget Onana. No, let's forget Onana. Jacob says there's a Moyes second half masterclass coming in. I mean, I tell you what, I think there's a bit of a tournament there for signing of the summer. Who would you say is signing of the summer? I think most people are saying James Maddison before he was injured as well. Very, very good. Some people are saying Cole Palmer. Mason Mount's not getting in, James. If we can find 4, I'll do a semi-final final. Mark, what was the last album you bought? Oh, CFD. That's a cracking question. I would say the last album I bought was probably the best of Coldplay. No, I'm taking the piss. It was probably, you know what, as sad as it is, it was probably Now Christmas. Okay, I've actually, Kudos easily makes it as well, says Lord. Jack says, can you do a poll, Alisson or Courtois? I can. I don't think it's a... In my mind, I don't think it's hard, but let's do it. I will do the signing of the season one as well. Harry Kane plays in the Bundesliga. We're not using him. Corner to Liverpool here. Matt Robson, you need to go on a register. He says, upload a photo of you down below or social media or United win the league. Oh, no, it's a choice. Upload a photo of your cock or United to win the league. for United to win the league. I was going to say, oh yeah, Man United win the league or put a photo of your knob on social media. Well, yeah, you're going to get locked up for one of them. I think if Man United won the league, they'd get locked up as well. There'd be definitely drug testing based on how we've done this year. Would I upload a photo of my down below for Manchester United to win the league? No, it's not. It's not. My knob's got nothing to do with Man United winning the league, and it should not. It's not my responsibility to make Manchester United win the league, unless I'm the manager or the CEO. So, no, I'm not bloody doing that. Good shot by Nunez. Good save. I want to come to America next year to do a show, yes. Probably New York. Doug says you call yourself a fan and you won't post a picture of your cock to win the title. Blaze says Little Willie confirmed. No, it's more the fact that I don't want to get arrested. The size of it is not my concern. It's the fact that social media is viewed by people from the age of, from children to elderly. And you might think it's funny, but you're basically showing your cock to old people, which you can get locked up for. Don't do it. Again, don't suck yourself off with a Dyson. It will be very, very painful. And don't post pictures of yourself online. Another shot there, just wide from Harvey Elliott. No, it wasn't. It was Curtis Jones. Tom Plays says, someone got a pack of condoms as a present in Secret Santa and was size small. Don't get me started on Secret Santa. Don't get me started on Secret Santa. When I used to be, when I worked in the police as a detective, used to get a lot of banter with Secret Santa. So people would get breath mints, Weight Watchers, milkshake, because people thought they were fat. And then an email went round saying you can't do stuff that could be deemed bullying. Political correctness gone mad. Anyway, so I pulled this person out who was basically quite lazy. They'd never, if there was a job on the radio, they'd never go out, They just wanted to sit at their desk all the time. They never wanted to go and interview people or go out and take statements or anything like that. They would never leave the office. So I went down to town and I bought a fluffy toy cat and I wrapped it up and I left it under the tree in the office. And then the gaffer called me into the office and said, I've heard a rumour that you've bought a cat for such and such in the Secret Santa. And I went, yeah, I have. And they were like, why? I said, well, it's a joke. And they were like, well, what's the joke? I said, the station cat, they never go out. You can't do that. You can't do that. It's bullying. I said, it's not, because it's a cat. And I'll just say, I thought they liked cats. And they were like, no, you can't do it. So I had to bin it and go and buy a Lynx Africa set or something like that. Anyway, opening up the presents, guess what I got? Wooden spoons. Wooden spoons because I'm a shit stirrer. Oh, no, that was fine. That's absolutely fine. You know, it's fine to pick on him because he's a shit stirrer with wooden spoons, but I can't have a station cat. Again, it's like the bloody DIY book, isn't it? Easy target. Don't expect West Ham to play this crap Saturday, says Mario. No, I don't. I like the Office where he says, if you get me, don't bother buying me any crap. Just get me, just wrap the money up. John says, what are your thoughts on Ipswich Town in the Premier League next season? Look, I'm looking forward to it, but do you not think that Ipswich Town in the Premier League next season could just be another Burnley? I mean, I'm stunned by how crap Burnley are, but in the Championship, they were very much like Ipswich. They played great football. is there a conversation to be had that you can play great football in the Championship, but it's a huge step up to do it in the Premier League? Social media should be 18 plus only. Too much crap, says Vishesh. Oh, is that because you can post pictures of your cock? Look, I found the funny sides of the wooden spoons, to be honest. Oh, here we go. Bowen's in. He's never going to shoot from there. Puts a cross in. Goes for a corner. Phantom says, my 8 players for the tournament are... I tell you what, Phantom, because you've put the work in, I'm actually going to give you the floor. This is what we do on this community. So Phantom has given us a tournament here for signing of the season, and we're going to run it. And he didn't even do a super chat for it. So that's just how diverse this chat is. So Phantom has given us a tournament here for signing of the season. So let me just get this out. We'll start with quarterfinal 1. This is what we do. Okay, yeah, it's good. I tell you what he's done. I tell you what, you can have my job, Phantom. This is brilliant. He's done a great job. This is... I couldn't have done this myself. This is great. This is brilliant, mate. You've done really well. Give yourself a clap. So we've got 8 players for signing of the season, as set up by Phantom Ass. I hope I've pronounced that right. No one wants a Phantom Ass. How are you going to go for a shit? End poll, Allison beat Courtois. So we're going to do, just do me a favour, by the way. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. We're about 5 subscribers away from 77,000. So please do subscribe, get involved. We might be doing Aston Villa Sheffield United on Friday night, by the way, as a watch-along. If enough people are interested in it, we might well do it. Because it's a chance for Villa to go top of the league. I can tell you now, Cole Palmer's not in the 8. Don't blame me, blame Phantom. It's got nothing to do with me. So, this is signing of the season so far. And our first quarter-final is going to be Declan Rice against Diaby. Would you consider going to a League of Ireland game, says Mark? I've been. I've actually been. I've been to one before. Yeah. Can you call Mark Penn a prat, says Harvey? I can, and I did, and I will. Thanks for your super chats tonight, by the way, you legends. I need a stretch. Phantom, your first one was a bit shit. This one, the next one, all right. Rice has won that easy. Oh, what a finish by Curtis Jones. Oh my God, you've got to look at the goalkeeper here. Areola's a bit of a tit because he should not get beat from there on his front post. Terrible finishing, brilliant finishing by Curtis Jones, and that should do. That should be game over. But he shouldn't get beat here. He shouldn't get beat here. Tor saying, what a finish. Is it, though? As a goalkeeper, Gems has gifted a membership, by the way. And you're a moderator now, Gems, by the way. I was meant to... Renate told me to do it last night. Just reminded me. Replay here. Darwin Nunez with the assist. Yeah, it's not good goalkeeping, that. He's gone through the legs. He's pretending to go for the... Well, no. He's done him with the eyes, really. But you shouldn't get beat from there. Shouldn't get beat from there. He's made a tit of himself there. Thanks, Gems, for gifted membership. Right, second... So, Declan Rice is through. Second quarter-final is a good one for... I'm interested to see how this is going to go. This is probably the most exciting one. Ward-Prowse or Doku? Is there a way back for West Ham? I don't even know if they've had a shot on goal yet. No. Fucking hell. Look at that. They're 2-0 down. They've not even had a shot, let alone a shot on target. Kelleher does well there. And Liverpool come away. Thanks, Bug. You know what? Somebody, I'm not going to call them out. I'm not going to call their name out because I don't want to get done for bullying. But somebody in the chat has just said they play in different positions. We're doing signing of the season so far. It's not position specific. I tell you what, I sort of agree with Batongan Goat. He says English tax is crazy. James Ward-Prowse has got 65% of the vote here. Now, I thought this would be close, but this is just an example of bias because, and not Brexit bias, Doku, a couple of weeks ago, would have won this with 80% when he scored those goals and got all those assists. But like just Jackler said, hope you're doing well, pal, by the way, Doku had one good game. And I think that Doku game a few weeks ago probably would have got him to win it. But he hasn't done particularly well since, has he? I mean, he was the last couple of games I've watched him play was pretty shit. So Ward-Prowse looks like he's going to win this. We'll give it a few more. Well, look at what Liverpool are doing here. Trent, Salah and Konate coming on. So Klopp obviously feels like he wants to give him half an hour ahead of Saturday. Jan says no one ever votes for City players anyway. I think we're going to give that to Ward-Prowse. He's won that. So third quarter final. Rice and Ward-Prowse are through. It's very English at the moment. Why is that? Van Dijk's coming off. I'm sure he's happier tonight because a team has opened up for them. There, look at Anthony Taylor. Kudos. Kudos. I can't spell. Kudus versus Szoboszlai is our next one. Szoboszlai, sorry. I've played the game. What do you miss? Hold on a minute. What do you miss most about Christmas, Mark? Really, it's either relatives that have died or probably, you know, decent presents when you thought when you were a kid. And people will say that that's selfish, but they're not thinking it through. Because if I could be a kid again getting decent presents, then a lot of those relatives would be back. Apart from the ones that I can't really remember. In which case, do you really miss them? So it's got a deeper meaning, really. I mean, look, I'm not going to say, what do you miss? Relatives that are no longer around or, I don't know. I can't think of anything now. Oh, another good shot and another good save. Let's start this poll. I haven't put the poll up. People are getting stressed. I'll tell you what, this is a good one. What do you miss more? Decent TV or if you could bring back a former pet or decent Christmas Day TV, what would you do? Remember when we used to get only... Well, a lot of you won't remember. We used to get a new Only Fools and Horses on Christmas Day every year for about 10 years. When I was a kid, it used to be on all the time. Depends what the pet is. If it was a former cat, rest in peace. If it was one of the dogs, it's a tough decision. And it also depends what TV show. I mean, if it's Noel's House Party, I'm bringing my cat back. If it's an Only Fools and Horses Christmas special, you know, it's better to love and lost. Sabozlai has won here, 38% to 64%. Right, final quarter-final. I think I know which way this one will go, but I do just want to say I low-key think that you might get it wrong. But it's Vicario against Maddison. And all Spurs are fair. Some people might say it's not fair. But Spurs never win anything, so at least they get someone in the semi-final. Oh, the Pet Brigade's in here. They're not happy. They're not happy. Dogs do deserve to live longer, Aiden. I agree with you on that. This should be a good one. This should be a good one. People are loving it in the chat. Make sure you subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Thanks everyone who's tuned in. Our next watch-along is Liverpool against Arsenal. We've got win, lose or draw tomorrow. It's a massive one because it's Christmas, so we've got to predict a lot of fixtures. It could be huge in the win, lose or draw debate. And don't forget as well, we've got a cracking video going up for you on Friday as well. YouTuber end game of Wembley Cup. It's going to be great. Do new 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 new. Who'll be top at Christmas? That is all. He'll be top at Christmas, that is all. He'll be top at Christmas, that is all. He'll be top at Christmas, that is all. Oh my God, I just put a watch along on. I thought it was Brian May. Hammer's chat. I'm sure he'll take it the right way. Looks like he's got a Christmas tree, which is great. Shout out for Hammer's chat. It's not Brian May. How's the poll going? Mark, best academy breakthrough of the season: Lewis Miley, or Lewis Miley. I think it is, or Kobe Mainu has done great for Man United as well. I think those two definitely. You're playing a DJ set. What do you end with? Angels, Wonderwall, or Mr. Brightside? I do like Mr. Brightside. I mean, actually, I'd probably go Mr. Brightside because I don't like Wonderwall, and I like Oasis. Armour, thank you very much for your super chat. Appreciate that. Start, bench, sell. Scholes, Modric, Iniesta says Farms. Oh my God, it killed me last night doing start, bench, sell. We're not going down that road again. I did this last night as well. Start Scholes, bench Iniesta, sell Modric. Easy. It's very close between Vicario and Maddison here. Very, very close. EU rule to see if Seepalu can be formed tomorrow, says Bjorn. People keep mentioning that. I'll keep an eye on it tomorrow, but I don't think there'll be much of an appetite for the Super League. I hope there's not. You know, if that's the plan for the Glazers and Sir Jim, I'll be fucking fuming, but I wouldn't be surprised. I think Vicario is the signing of the season for me. He is as valuable to Spurs as Alisson to Liverpool, says Jay. Well, I'm actually surprised this is 50-50 between Vicario and Maddison, and I think it does display the differing football knowledges, because Maddison's been a bloody brilliant player for Spurs, but he's also been out for a month, whereas I think Vicario is, for me, I think Vicario is probably my signing of the season. And I'm not here to... We're only at quarter-final stage, but they got him from Empoli. Nobody knew who he was. James Maddison even admitted he had to look at YouTube videos. And some of his savings this season have been incredible. Absolutely incredible. So I think... I bet they paid hardly anything for him as well. I think he's been brilliant. But it's 50-50 at the moment. We're waiting for a winner. If we did Maddison versus Mount, Jack, it would be an annihilation for Mason Mount. He'd be a contender for flop of the season, to be honest, at the moment. Here's Salah over the bar. Keep these votes coming in, because we're 50-50 with Vicario and Maddison here. And I can't give a winner when it's 50-50. What do you have for tea? Says Matthew. Oh, I had a lovely tea. I had chicken fajitas. All homemade. Onions, peppers, chicken. Not one of them bloody packets that you get. And then homemade guacamole, salsa, sour cream, cheese, lovely. Wraps, rice, lovely. Love it. Right, I'm giving it to Vicario because he's gone to 51% and life's too short. So we're doing signing of the season so far. We're into the semi-final stage now, which means it's Rice versus Ward-Prowse. This should be close, because you should be looking at comparatively the job that Ward-Prowse has done at West Ham. Let's see if it actually is. I think West Ham have just had their first shot on goal over the bar. ABCD says, Kudos should be up there. He's out, mate. Got knocked out. James Morrison says Endo's underrated. Well, there's a few that maybe should have made it. Palmer, Torres. Liverpool on the attack here with Gakpo. Oh, what a goal. What a finish by Gakpo. Should have, what could have been. Could have been at United. Just demolishment here. West Ham have played very shit. It's almost like West Ham don't want this. I mean, look, he picks it up on the edge of the box. Little cut inside. Again, you know, very much like Szoboszlai. It was a brilliant finish. Really good finish here from Gakpo. Cuts inside. Bang through the legs. Yeah, nice and clean. Nice and clean. Do you think Vicarius would have performed earned as well if United signed him? Vicario, it's a sport. Yeah, I don't think there's a big. I don't think keepers are really I don't think keepers are really influenced by the team that they sign for. I think he would have been a good signing. Yeah. Rice is into the final. He's beaten Ward-Prowse comprehensively with 73% of the vote, which means our second semi-final is going to be Vicario. No, not that. Vicario versus, could we get a shock in this semi-final? Because it could be, who could it be? Who could it be? Here we go. Szoboszlai, isn't it? Szoboszlai, Mark. Shree says, you sound like me 15 years ago. I was wish Liverpool signed some of those that ended up at United. Well, United should have got Gakpo, and I think Gakpo would have come to United. I've got no problem with Gakpo going to Liverpool, but I don't think it was a case of his dream was to play for Liverpool or his dream was to play for United. I think he would have gone to United in the summer if we'd had the money, and then Liverpool moved in the January. It's like Bruno Fernandes. I think Man United got him because we had the money in the January. I think there was other clubs that would have gone for him in the summer. It's the way it is, isn't it? He's a good player. I like Gakpo. I liked him at PSV. I think he's a good player. I think what you got to remember about Gakpo is he only joined Liverpool last February. It's not a lot of players need a season before they settle. He's not even been at Liverpool a year. And I've heard people calling Gakpo a flop. And I'm like, but he went into an underperforming Liverpool team halfway through the season. And people expect him to be hitting the ground the very next season. I think you'll start to see the best of Gakpo over the next 12 months. I think he's a good player. And I think he'll get used to, I think he's got a really clever little technique in the build-up. He's got a good shot on him. And yeah, I mean, I worry about Liverpool as a Man United fan. I think they've got... I said it before. I think what Jurgen Klopp has done with that midfield in the summer still doesn't get the credit it deserves because it's Jurgen Klopp and they've won the league before. But he basically rebuilt the midfield. Their midfield was Thiago, Fabinho and Henderson. That was their best midfield. It's gone in one summer. And they've now got Endo, Gravenberch, Gakpo, Szoboszlai, McAllister, Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott. They've got 7 people who can play in the midfield. How many different combinations is that for a midfield 3? It's ridiculous. And they've arguably got, low-key, the best midfield in the league. Man City have got the best midfield in the league, but I think they've got so many options in there. And I think they've got so many options that are going to get stronger. Curtis Jones will get better. Harvey Elliott will get better. Gakpo will get better. McAllister will get better. Szoboszlai will get better. Gravenberch will get better. That could set you up for the next 5 years. No, people have been sleeping on it, though. I mentioned it in August. I don't think even some Liverpool fans have switched on to what Jurgen Klopp's done. Parker says, I'm convinced United scouted Bruno from United stand. I was a bit obsessed. Thiago's still there apparently, but I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care. Dean says fully fit Arsenal. What's Arsenal's midfield though? Rice, Partey, Vieira, Havertz, Odegaard. I'd take Liverpool's 7. I really would. They've got that other lad, haven't they, as well? What's his name? I think he's been injured. Oh, what's his name? Biasic or something like that. I don't know where he is. Worst Paul, says Kenneth. Bearer, Parker, or Pot? Definitely Parker after what he said about me. What a prat. Paul Parker. More like Pratt Parker. Oh, what a goal! What a goal! It's going to be too late. Jared Bowen. I'll tell you what, we've had some cracking goals in this game. Carabao Cup. Cracker Goal Cup. Szoboszlai, Gakpo, and now Bowen. I'll tell you what, it's like Ferrero Rocher. They're really treating us. Lovely little ball over the top. We don't need VAR to see if there's offside. Let the game roll. Love it. Cuts inside. On his right foot. His finishing this season is exquisite. Jared Bowen. I'll tell you what, Szoboszlai and Vicario is very close. I'm going to keep it going. And I've got to say, Szoboszlai's had a very good season, but I'm very impressed with the That's Football community that you're giving so many votes to Vicario, because I think he's been bloody brilliant this season. What a goal, says 60 seconds. What a goal. It was great. It was great. It'll be top at Christmas, that is all. Well, we've still got 13 minutes to go. I'd be stunned. You could knock me out with a feather if they got back into this game, West Ham. I'll tell you what, I really enjoyed that. I've never, ever had a can so big. And I've always liked Budweiser, to be honest. Vicario's been more consistent, says Paolo. It's going to go to Szoboszlai. I can't do anything about that. It's going to be Szoboszlai. He's got 54%. I'll tell you what I'll do on Friday night. If I do a watch along, I will, or Saturday, I will get you my favourite drink that I only drink at Christmas, and I'll give it a big shout out. I can do it now. Krabby's alcoholic ginger beer. Love it. I only drink it at Christmas, really. Half a glass of ice. Put it in. Love it. Newport says you've been in nearly 3 hours to drink one can. No, coming up for 2. And, you know, I'm not a... Somebody said earlier, how long should you last with a woman? It's not about how quick you do it, mate. I enjoy the process. I enjoy taking my time. And I must just retract that, actually. Somebody did say, what do you think's the longest, what do you think's the right time to last with a woman? We must remember that from a diversity point of view, at least 10% of the chat will be wanting to last with a man as well. Hashtag deal with it. Change the poll. I've got to change the poll. We're into the final now. We are into the final. And the final is signing. Oh, Salah's just missed an open goal. Darwin Núñez hits the post. Comes back to Salah. And he misses. Well, I suppose those idiot Liverpool fans who have been slagging Salah off can say, I was right, he's just missed an open goal. I tell you what, if you slag Salah off, as a Manchester United fan who would love to slag Salah off because I can't stand Liverpool, if you're a Liverpool fan or any fan and you're slagging Salah off, please fuck off and play netball or bowling because you know nothing about football. Nothing. And that's from a Man United fan. Like, even Man United fans know that Salah is world class. But I would have finished that. Rice against Szoboszlai is your final for signing of the season so far. 9 minutes to go here. Could West Ham get another one and make it an interesting... Oh, I don't think we're going to get penalties. Colin says it's English tax if Rice wins. Ross says the Liverpool fans who hate Salah are virgins. Mate, I can't get it. I don't get it. Do you think they are fake fans? Do you think they're like doing it? I don't know. I don't get it. Is it the modern fan? Is it the FIFA fan? What? Here he goes. Salah's through. He's going to miss this as well. No, he's not. He scored. There you go. Sit down, haters. 4-1. That's Salah. That's what he's all about. Ridiculous. But I don't get it. I genuinely don't get. I've got no problem with an Arsenal fan or a Chelsea fan or a United fan saying Salah's overrated. They're wrong, but they're probably doing it from a point of view of rivalry. But for a Liverpool, and I've seen a few on social media slagging Salah off. I mean, he's still very much in his prime. Never would it be entertained, allowed or done for Man United fans to slag off Roy Keane in his, prime, or Paul Scholes in his prime, or Cristiano Ronaldo in his prime. It just wouldn't happen. I don't get it. And I know it's not the majority. I know the majority of Liverpool fans don't do it. But obviously, I witnessed it firsthand. We played Liverpool at the weekend, so you're involved in the aftermath because they played United. And I'm seeing stuff from Liverpool fans slagging off Mo Salah, and I'm like, he's probably the one player I'd take from Liverpool and actually say, as long as you swear allegiance to the badge, we'll take you, which I never would do. I think he's massively underrated. Stephen says, Salah is a monster player, amazing attitude too, loves the game, great guy, says Stephen. Wakad says, Liverpool have silenced West Ham. 4-1, not even close. Not even close. Prez says, Salah misses several chances a game. But do you not have a correlation with... Do you not correlate the fact that he gets several chances a game? Hammers have been hammered, says Joel. I think what this has been an exercise in is Liverpool have got a stronger bench than West Ham. They've scored again. Bloody hell. 5-1, Curtis Jones. West Ham been hammered. Absolutely hammered. I mean, that West Ham defence. I'm sure the defence. I mean, look, this West Ham team's going to change a lot for the Man United game on Saturday lunchtime. But I mean, there's no tackle going in on Curtis Jones again. There, it's shocking, really is. 5-1. I'm sure Liverpool fans are thinking we could have done with one of these last Sunday. Simon's right. He just walked. Let him speak, Simon. He just walked through. Jack D says, who would win, a lion or a crocodile? I reckon a lion. Oh my God. It's a shock. We have got a shock here. Who would win in a fight between a lion and a crocodile? Not my words. The A to Z of Animal Kingdom blog. They're saying that basically, I can't believe it because I hate crocodiles. It would, you know what? I know lions can be shits. You know, they can kill a zebra or a rabbit, but I would hate to watch a crocodile kill a lion. That would be like Stoke beating Brighton. I'd hate to see it, but basically what they're saying is the lion has a lot of advantages over the crocodile in a fight, but the crocodile would win against the lion. Oh my God, I can't take this. This is like when Bambi died. The crocodile would win in a fight against the lion. The crocodile is simply too large and powerful for the lion to defeat. If the crocodile was able to ambush a lion that was drinking out of water from a river, then the fight would be over. That's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about an ambush. What are you talking about if the crocodile was able to ambush a lion? If I was able to ambush a lion and put a bloody duffel bag over its head, I could beat it up as well. Anybody can beat a lion if you ambush it. However, if the crocodile and lion met on land, a more ferocious battle would ensue. If the lion was smart enough to attack and bite the crocodile and make it bleed from a bunch of different wounds, it might have a chance. That's not likely to happen though. The most likely outcome would have the crocodile landing a bite, it doesn't matter where, and snapping a leg, puncturing the skull, or biting into the soft underside of the lion. Either way, the crocodile swims away with a few scars and a meal. It's tragic. It's tragic. Have West Ham even turned up? Only just tuned in to check the score, says Kieran. No, they've been a bit of a shambles, really. And Becky's just gifted a membership. Thank you. Becky. It's not 6-1 yet. Can't believe a crocodile would beat a lion. That's ruined my Christmas. I don't like crocodiles. I'm loving the podcast, Mark, says Farms. It usually takes a few lions to kill a crocodile. Keep up the good work and up the villa. Right. This doesn't end here. We don't quit. What? A hippo can kill a crocodile. Hippo is going to save us. Well. Haha. Up yours, crocodiles, because I've just found this. Animals that can kill crocodiles mercilessly. Jaguar. The jaguar is South America's top predator. They have mastered the art of hunting and a relative of crocodiles, and they defeat them with stealth, quickness, and strong jaws. During the dry season, it's simple, and along the riverbanks that have dried out. So the jaguar can kill it, and they are a cousin of the lion. So basically, if a crocodile kills a lion, its family's going to come for you, you big, scaly shit. Oh, it says here a lion can kill a crocodile. As a result of living in prides, lions can cooperate to fight. Yeah, not in a one-on-one. A leopard would only pursue a crocodile if it was really hungry and had no other options. The crocodile's thick hide may be pierced by their powerful jaws. The crocodile would be pinched down by the leopard's weight when it pounced on top of it after sneaking up from it behind. So basically it's going to take it from behind. An African fish eagle could do it. Apparently a python could do it as well. An elephant can do it. And a hippo could do it. And it says here, Goldbridge could do it as well. And I don't think they're wrong. I don't think they're wrong. There is more chance of finding a glory hole than glory at Man United, says George. Oh, hilarious. Hilarious. Tuck says, as a Liverpool fan, always appreciate your honesty and respectful nature to us, even though we're big rivals. Much love. Have a great Christmas. And to you as well. And to you, a good night. Merry Christmas. Rice is winning the poll of the final for who is the signing of the season. Szoboszlai has got 47% and Declan Rice has got 53%. Goldbridge is top of the food chain. I'd need a weapon. What weapon do I think I could kill a crocodile with? And I'm not allowed to use projectiles, so I'm not using a gun. I know what so basically just give me a samurai sword. I don't think there's an animal in the animal kingdom I wouldn't kill with a samurai sword. Deal with it. People don't understand the damage I would do. Here we go. Here we go. This is interesting. This is on a question and answer website. Samurai sword is the best weapon to use because it's sharp and long. Yes. Would you do a charity boxing fight with a crocodile, says Shay. Well, Jack D says, have you seen that python that swallowed the crocodile whole on YouTube, says Jack. The only python I've seen, no, I'm not going to say that. It's called a katana, says VM. Thank you very much. Samuel Lucas versus Mark Goldbridge samurai fight to the death, says Isaac. Mark, just stomp the crocodile, says DJ. Crocodiles can't cry. Tell you what, put me in my natural habitat of a tree, and I'll beat a crocodile because it can't climb trees. Lewis Robinson says, people are forgetting one thing here. Rice cannot be signing of the season when he cost £100 million. That is a very good point. I think Declan Rice has been a very good signing, but for £100 million, should he not be signing of the season? No one's looking at the price. Rob says, you won't take out a moose with a sword. I will. As it comes into me, I'll take a little lean down. I'll basically do this. It'll come towards me, right? A moose will come towards me all angry. I'll just be like a Jedi. I'll be really calm. In fact, I'll have it... What will I do? I'll actually have it by my side. I'll just be like this. Calm. The moose is running towards me. The cameras are on. Everyone's going, he's definitely going to die. And he's just calm. What is he doing? The moose is so angry. Why has he not took his sword out? And why is he just calm? And then it gets closer. 10 metres. What? He's definitely going to die. 8 metres. The moose is really slow. 7 metres. What is he doing? 5 metres. Oh my God, it's going to be a bloodbath. 3 metres. 2 metres. Down to my knees. Up. Straight in its neck. And it stops dead in its tracks. Dead. It'd be a red shower for me, but I don't care. I can shower the blood off afterwards. And people will say, that's cruelty. And I will say, watch the video back. Do you think it was coming for a kiss? It was coming to kill me. It's survival of the fittest. Good night. Whether I could keep my cool that calm, you've got to master your fear. Can you say hi to Karen, my girl, please? Says Odie. Hi to Karen. The momentum would probably kill you, says Harmon. No, you don't. I've been working out. I'd stop it dead in its tracks. In fact, what would probably happen is its momentum, as I put it up through its neck, it would keep running. And have you seen that cow in the art museum where it's cut in half? Probably just slice it in two. I definitely want to do a series of this next year on Netflix. It would be great. Fight a crocodile in any location of your choice with no weapon, or fight in the swamp against a crocodile with any weapon of your choice. Easy, Adam. I'll play away. I don't need to play at home. We'll go away with any weapon. It's like saying Real Madrid saying you can play, dare us to play in the Bernabeu with any squad you like. Well, I'm bringing Mbappe. I'm bringing Casemiro. I'm going to beat you. Toon Barmy says you couldn't slice bread. Nah. Lewis says you wouldn't be able to reach its neck if you're on your knees. All right, I've changed my plan then. I'll see how big it is. I'll go, right, I can't go down to my knees. It's not going to work like it would work on a cow. As it comes towards me, I'll just wait till right the last second and I'll shift my weight. It'll move past me and I'll go, Phoom. Henry VIII, off with your head. Start bench sell, Thierry Henry, Dwight York or Andy Carroll. Sell Andy Carroll. I mean, it's rubbish, the Hills. Giraffe would stomp you. Also, did you poll Vicario? Yes, we did, Anvil. And 11 of only one player I would choose Zidane, says A. I think, this is controversial, right? If you had 11 Zidanes against 11 Roy Keanes, 11 Roy Keanes would win. Do you want to know why? Because Roy Keane defensively is better than Zidane. He's better in goal than Zidane. And he can deal with Zidane in the midfield. So, you're wrong. If you want to have 11 players, you want to pick very good midfielders that can defend and attack. 11 Keanes against 11 Zidanes, 11 Keanes would win. It'd be great to watch and generate, but I think you're wrong, A. Anyway, Thanks everyone for tuning in. You're absolute legends. Don't forget tomorrow we've got win, lose or draw with me and Ben Foster. It's a cracking episode tomorrow. Friday we've got the best video we've done in all year. We haven't even given it a title yet, but it's basically YouTuber World Cup, Wembley, whatever you call it. You know, the one where there's one person in goal, you score a goal and you go through. Well, I'm the goalkeeper and the referee. Shit goes off. It's great. That's coming out on Saturday. So Bosley and Rice are on 50%. What are we going to do? I can't end the stream. It's 50-50. What are we going to do? Make sure you subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. Right, I know what I can do. I can end the poll, and in the back system, it'll tell me. Right, end the poll. Look in the chat. You'll see it. Szoboszlai won. Signing of the season so far. Szoboszlai 50 point something and Rice 49 point something. Szoboszlai's won it at the end. Well, who'll be winning on Saturday? That is all. Thank you, everybody. Speak to you in a bit.